I think a lot of people forget about the crack epidemic of the early, mid, late 80s. A lot of people back in those days smoked crack, was giving birth to a lot of babies at that time. A lot of those crack people were, just going out and having a bunch of babies. And I remember, the news reports on the crack babies, how crack babies were, easily irritated and prone to fits of anger and all of these things. And they were known to go through these things as, newborns. As soon as they came out of the womb, they were irritable and shaky and just angry. This is what doctors said about these crack babies. Here's the issue. These crack babies have grown up. And I'm starting to realize that a lot of older people was doing stuff back in the day as far as drugs and stuff and drinking while they was pregnant. They had to be, because people are snapping way too crazy, way too quick. They can't handle no type of adversity. The reason why I'm saying that is because the brother, man, goes to his job and finds out he's about to get fired. From what I understand, they have the man on tape stealing shit. And he says that they were being racist to him. Now, I could go for that. Okay, he went into the toilet stall and he saw a black man being hung and saw a word nigga scribbled in the toilet stall and all that. I mean, how many black people, and I've seen that in McDonald's stalls. I've seen it scribbled everywhere. Every now and then I've seen, some racist remarks scribbled in a wall somewhere in some bathroom. That didn't make me want to get up and just shoot the first white person I saw, or even a white person that I didn't like. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't that serious because of I see the word nigger, and so a black person being a stick figure hung in the stall of a bathroom. It just doesn't make sense to me. So when I look at these type of things, it automatically brings back, the drug use of the crack in the early 80s. And these people have grown up, they have become adults, and they have procreated with children of their own. I don't know why people don't really look at children and track them a little bit more, and follow up on all types of, psychiatric care and everything. It would create jobs. It would create jobs. There's a lot of people with degrees. This would create jobs if they could just, these people could have someone just to sit on the couch and talk to for an hour once a month. You know what I mean? Like maybe a life planner or someone they could just get stuff off their chest that can keep stuff, you know, just between them. Some type of client privilege, attorney client privilege, or doctor client privilege, where everything they say is, is sealed. No one can ever know this. Is always protected by the law. This way, people could get things off their chest, like a confession or whatever it is, man. But people need some type of outlet besides killing someone because they're ticked off about racism. The reason why I'm making this video is because I feel for the people who died in that massacre. I feel for their families. Like those people who had wives and husbands who are never coming home, and they just went to a job that they probably really don't like just so they could support their families, and now they're not coming home. And that right there is sad. No one's talking about that. Everyone's talking about the racist part. Fuck the racist part. This man went in there and killed a bunch of people. So he's wrong right there. I don't care what happened. All that other stuff that he talking about could have been hashed out in court and should have been hashed out in court. You know what I mean? So that tells me it was some type of problem that he couldn't control his anger. And if a person can't control their anger, whose fault is that? Because I tell you one thing, every one of those people that got shot, every one of those people weren't racist. Even if what he says is true, every one of those people weren't racist. And just because, and even if they all were, they didn't deserve to die because they said some things or because they didn't like him as a black man. Hold your head up, black man, and don't be around him. and just hang with the brothers in there and hold your head up and stop trying to fit in where you don't get in. I'm sure he wasn't the only black man that worked there. He was the only black man that ended up shooting all them people up in there. That's how I go. That's the way I'm looking at it. It's really fucked up. This man had this man had family who have to go to church and have to go to work and have to go to school and all these places in the neighborhood who they all know that he's the one, that they're his family. The guy who killed all them people at the job, that's his family. Now they got to walk around their town with that stigma hanging over their heads because they have his last name, or they associate with him, or they're his, part of his family, or that's their father, or some shit like that. It's crazy, man. Like, when people do stuff like that, do they think about that type of stuff? Do they think about that type of stuff before that? Like, and I feel sorry for the family because they have to walk around with that stigma, and it's not their fault that he went out there and decided to do that. That was all on him. They ain't the black community fault. They ain't the white racism fault. They ain't the white power structure fault. He should have filed paperwork. He should have went to the government and filed paperwork and sued them and got millions of dollars like everybody else do who have a legitimate racist claim. They file a lawsuit, they get a class action suit, and people get paid. That's usually how it goes if it's racism, because the government don't play that. They love taking money from racists so they can show that they're changing the corner and that they not tolerating racists. So they like to make examples out of motherfuckers. That's how it goes. Everybody knows that. You don't go and shoot people because they called you a nigger. You could punch them in the face. You might go to jail, but you at the end of the day, everybody eventually goes home. You might mangle a person, they might lose a couple of teeth, but they can still hold their child, and after a couple of years, you'll be able to hold yours. But and some people might not think that's worth it, but to earth everybody and earth yourself, and leave everybody else to pick up the pieces. Do people think about that? That is so selfish, man. That murder wasn't for black people and, oh, I'm riding out for the brothers and all the brothers who went through racism. No, man, no. That's not riding out for the cause, man. That's doing some dumb shit right there. And I'm sorry for the people who associate with him and who love him for saying that, because they lost they man and everything like that. I feel sorry for him, but that's what it is, man. Because I have to say that because other motherfuckers gonna get in their head that's how they gonna ride. And that's not thorough. That's not how you fight the system. That's not how we got to where we are. We got to where we are by using our wits and using our brains and using American law and using the laws that are and making them work for us by being smart and reading up on shit. Say, okay, I got that. Okay, oh, they did that. Okay, you owe me about $5 million to settle out of court. I mean, it's that easy. For real, it's that easy. But they had the man on tape stealing stuff from what I saw. So I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. But I just feel sorry for the people who fathers and mothers ain't coming home. All because they went to a job that they probably couldn't even stand. Because that's what it is. People don't be wanting to go to work. And then you got to go to work, a place you really don't want to be there, and hear your manager's mouth. You know what I mean? And meet deadlines and all that, and fight traffic and smog and all that stuff. Half-ass sleep. You know, fighting the Dunkin' Donut line, getting mad as hell because they take it too long because you need your damn coffee or culotta or whatever it is you drink in the morning so you can get to work. I mean, it's crazy, man. And then when you go to work, you gotta work and be there for 8 to 10 hours, and you just, the last 2 hours is the longest, and then right before the last 2 hours is over, somebody shoot you and shoot themselves, or a bunch of people get shot, and you got to see that shit. Now you got to talk to the police. That's the crazy part. You don't get shot, but now you gotta talk to the cops. That's the part I hate. I don't even want to talk to the cops. I don't even want to be there to talk to the cops. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, man. It's crazy. People don't think about this type of stuff. Everybody else got to pick up the pieces. Because he ain't even here to deal with the repercussions. It's crazy, man. They ain't riding for the people, man. 215, work hard.